Let's fucking go.
The Emperor has been expecting you.
Hi everyone and welcome to One Six Figure Focus, and you're very welcome back to another episode of The Hope Show, a weekly live stream dedicated to 1/6 scale collecting in general, movies, TV, pop culture, all that type of thing. Now, I was organising the show and I was actually very organised. I had it all organised yesterday, and I was anticipating with Chinese New Year we wouldn't get any releases. So we got 2 releases, and I think they both look great. We're going to talk about them. So 2 things had to be jettisoned, but who wasn't jettisoned was Mike. He was not jettisoned. We made the cut. We have Phil as well, and we have Jim Collector. How are you doing, gentlemen? How's your day, evening, morning, afternoon going?
Excellent. Happy to be here.
Good stuff. Thanks for being here. I usually say that morning, evening, afternoon because, different people, different time zones. But I think myself, Jim, and Phil are all Greenwich Mean Time. And Mike, you're East Coast. So you're like 5 hours behind. So what, like 5 o'clock there?
That's it's 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. Yeah.
Where's my maths gone?
You're 8.
Sorry, it's 8 o'clock. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Yeah, that's 8 o'clock. Oh man, I was way off there. And then because the boys like Eddie would have been Eddie can't join us today, but it's 8 o'clock now, so he must be midday then.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Cool. Good stuff. All right. So look, we'll get straight into it. Really, just a chat and get started. So, as usual, folks, the pinned comment in the description is the link to channel memberships for different additional perks. One of which is the members only video that's just gone live there for members, and it's scheduled and will come out later on for regular subscribers. I think at 10 p.m. today. Just my thoughts on the Darth Maul. As usual, no obligation, but it is greatly appreciated, all the channel members and support we get from the troopers and the commanders. We got Phil here, Rogue One Photography, in the building. So channel member, panel member, and owner of Blue Wrench. He will beat you with it. Unless, of course, you can dodge a wrench. Because, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. So we got Tiny Art Guy. Thanks very much. Let's get this guy on here. It's Bob, isn't it? I wonder would Bob want to come on here sometime. Bob, if you're there and you want to come on here sometime, just let us know and reach out and we can organise that if that suits you. I think you're GMT as well, so the time zone should be all right. Who else do we got? We've got the Humble Collector UK, who is just really, really consistent and very, very supportive, and thank you very much. Monday Night Complete, press the like button. Shane deserves more subs. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much, Humble Collector UK. We got Vita. I just say I have it locked in the correct pronunciation there. I just think, I don't know, it's just a simple thing getting people's names right. So when I get them wrong, I'm annoyed at myself then. Maybe that's the teacher in me. We got Boba Fettuccini. Thanks very much for being here. He's a channel member as well. And we're trying to get this guy on as well. Again, I think we mentioned it a few months back and hasn't come to fruition, but definitely would be interested there. Shout out to the 30 people watching live already. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, consider becoming a channel member. Greatly appreciated. We got Valkyrie Magnus here. We got 12-inch Moose Dream. Hello, community of collectors. I added Muscle Rack's Costa case to display. Plexiglass is expensive, so I hear, but it will look incredible. And I think it's safe to say all the community is looking forward to seeing Moose Dream's collection, considering he gets 7 figures pretty much every week. So I want to see it. I want to see it all done up. We got Jim Collector, panel member, channel member. We got Stanley in the building as well. Where's Jose, Ian, and Eddie? I think they're all in prison. I'm not supposed to talk about it, but different prisons all over the world, different time zones. No, Eddie's at work. I think you could work prison. Yeah. Now Eddie's at work. Ian, I believe, is on a work trip, and Jose, I think they're all at work, to be honest. Yeah, they will be missed. Their presence is greatly appreciated and greatly missed. Seattle, the home of grunge, and Starbucks, I believe, was the first Starbucks in Seattle. I have that at the back of my mind. Yep. All right, good stuff.
And the Space Needle.
Yeah. The Space Needle. What's the Space Needle?
Well, it's like they have like this this like spaceship tower thing. You've definitely seen it.
Frasier.
It's really, really tall.
Yeah, it looks like it's got like a flying saucer on the top of it. Yeah.
Cool. All right. I want to go to Seattle. Is the like music scene still really good there? Like, you know, alternative bands, metal, grunge, all that rock and stuff?
That's what I hear. I've never been there, but you know, it's always been a place I'd like to go and check out some of the old venues from the '90s if they're still around, like the off ramp and all that stuff. They all play
I'd like to go on one of
shows.
those walking tours, or you know, the tours of the city. So who'd be from there? Were Nirvana originally from there?
Yeah.
What about like the likes of
Pearl Jam, Nirvana,
Pearl
Alice
Jam,
in Chains,
Soundgarden,
and then even even some older bands and stuff. Like Seattle's always been a music scene, but in the early '90s, late '80s, early '90s, it really blew up. But yeah,
good stuff.
It's Frasier, Seattle, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah. There's been a lot of.
He's got that. I think part of the sort of the logo for the TV show is the needle.
Jimi Hendrix is from Seattle. That's right. I just remembered that. Yeah.
So it's like a.
But yes, it does have the logo over it, Phil. You're right.
A rock, kind of a mecca. We got Ryan. Respect the lore. Hey Shane. Shane did you proud and got the Dark Knight trilogy on Blu-ray. Is that Blu-ray 4K? If it's not 4K, Ian's not going to be too impressed with you, but I'm proud. I was chatting to Ryan during the week. He locked in tickets to 9 Inch Nails in Dublin. I have not yet done so because I want a stand-in ticket and they're gone. Yeah. And I kind of don't want to be sitting for 9 Inch Nails. I'm going either way, but you know, begs to either borrow. I'm there, but I'd prefer just to hold out and see if I could resale stand-in ticket.
It's so funny to hear you say that because I was just trying to buy tickets to Brooklyn, the 9 Inch Nails show to Brooklyn today.
Cool.
And Ticketmaster, I couldn't get in. Like they do that thing where they check your browser and they're like, "There's too much activity on your browser. We think you're a bot." And I turned off my VPN and everything. I'm like, just let me buy something. Like what? I hate Ticketmaster.
It's getting worse and worse, man. It's getting worse and worse. Yeah,
worst. Anyway,
absolutely.
Hopefully we can all go.
Yeah, absolutely. No, look, I'm going one way or another. I'll get there. So, contrary to popular opinion, no, Jim is not naked. You'll just have to readjust your contrast there. This is a family show. Yeah, those streams are later. We have Striker 47. Cannot wait to get the Darth Maul in hand. I pre-ordered the regular and deluxe version. Just waiting on Padawan, Obi-Wan. It has to come eventually. It absolutely has to come eventually. We got Jay Mysterio. I cannot pronounce the second part, Jay. Meiotics?
I think that's how I'd say it. Meiotics.
Spell that phonetically. I was on Let's Get Nuts with Ben Thomas yesterday, and Jay was there. Really, really nice guy, collector. Has a YouTube channel as well. If you want to go and give him a sub. We got Cairo as well. Dogito. Wish I made 7 figures in a week. Absolutely, yeah. Looks like a big needle. They're still there. I presume we're talking about Seattle. Who else we got here? Moose. The annual Magnificent 7 for this week is I got Eternal, Toys, Catwoman, The Professor, aka Da Vinci Code, Hanks, Artisan, Jack Sparrow, coming next Wednesday. Good stuff.
Slow week.
Don't think it's slow week. Don't think it's 4K. Man, it's still gonna be.
I don't know what he's doing with those 12 inches, but it's working for him. I don't know what he's doing with those 12 inches, but it's working for him.
Yeah, well, he's getting a lot of figures anyway. Keith Lee, good afternoon, morning, everyone, evening, and everyone. Thanks very much for being here, Keith Lee. So we got it right. Good stuff. And Seattle has weather like Ireland.
Yeah.
All right, look, is it rain?
Yeah, it's got the highest rate of depression in the country. It's like there's no sun. It's raining all the time. But I think that contributed to the music.
Yeah,
it sounds like
yeah, absolutely. I heard Aberdeen's pretty bad for being overcast. Mike, what you want to talk about?
Yes, sir. Let's talk about. Let's start with new.
Cool. I got nothing. What you got?
I got nothing.
Phil, what you got?
Nothing yet. I'm waiting on quite a bit, but I got nothing yet.
Jim, did you get nothing too?
I got nothing too. Yeah.
All right.
A bunch of fake collectors.
Yeah,
There we
great
go. All
collectors,
right,
guys.
Next topic.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So next topic. You know, you kind of got hard done by there. So, what you want to pick, Mike? We'll stick with you.
Well, let's go with the Iron Man. I know you're excited for that one too.
Cool. Yeah. I'm kind of excited as one can be with the with an Iron Man figure. The way I describe this is, it's like going to a restaurant and it has a really big menu. It does a lot of things really, really well, but you don't necessarily like all the things on the menu, but you like some of the appetizers, some of the main courses, some of the dessert, and that's what Iron Mans are like, you know what I mean? There's a bunch of them are great, but I mean, only some of them really, really float my boat anyway. But yeah, I'll give my thoughts last. What do you guys think?
Well, I think it looks fantastic. I was looking at the head sculpt. I don't know if we can check that out, but yeah, I mean, I'm curious to know what you guys think about this. I think the hair looks really good. The skin texture. I mean, again, this is not a piece that I have on order. This is the quarter scale, right? I had a busy day today, so wasn't able to look at too much of it. But I love the swap out battle damage pieces. Like, I know you're a battle damage guy too. I am as well, and I like having that option. And I think they did a great job by applying it to the lower body. And as far as I know, isn't this the first to release that has leg swappable damage? Because usually it's just like torso and then clean legs. Shane, I think you're muted.
Sorry, you should have let me go on.
Rewind
I did a video on
yeah.
this today, and typically, yeah, when it's battle damage parts, if it's not a fully battle damage figure that comes with swap out clean and battle damage parts, you get the face plate, the chest plate, and sometimes the shoulder plates. However, the Mark 1, I'm nearly sure that Mark 1 has some battle damage parts on the back. Because I remember swapping the parts out because I have all the battle damage parts on the Mark 1 War Machine from Iron Man 2. I remember thinking, God, this is more than usual. I think there's a few little bits on the backs, but I can't remember about the legs. But yeah, you could be right. Yeah, it's definitely quarter scale anyway. I presume you can swap out the clean parts as well. Like, you don't need to have just the leg battle damage. That'd be weird.
Yeah, they're right. He just got hit in the leg and everything else is fine. Yeah. I would love a quarter scale Iron Man. I really would. Like, this one looks so good. Just didn't pull the trigger on it. But
I think this is the one to have, to be honest. Well, that's my
I know
this
is your favorite, right? I remember you saying that. I think it's a great combination of like the triangular chest piece with the real, like the real actual suit, metal suit. You know what I mean? Like, especially from the earlier phase of him, you know, it looks like a 1, a 3, and then just happens to have the triangle on it.
Yeah, I think it's if you're going for the traditional look of Iron Man, it's like the Mark 3, the Mark 4, the Mark 6, the Mark 7.
Right.
They're chunky, they're not nanotech, they have a combination of various levels of red, gold, and in this case silver. Yeah, you can't go wrong with any of them, but like this just happens to be my favorite suit for multiple reasons, but like I said, because it's not a nanotech, and I do like the Mark 85 and I never like the Mark 50, but it's not a nanotech. It's still that traditional chunky guy in suit wearing a hot rod red tank. It has the red, it has the gold, it's touched to the kind of traditional. It kind of shows a nice evolution in the Mark 3. I like the triangular shaped arc reactor with the round light up part inside, and what I really like about it is the leanness around the ab section. Like, I love the Mark 3, but the Mark 3 definitely had a rounder kind of chest section, whereas this is like kind of leaner. Like, I think it's pretty cool. But
and it's got some chipping on it too. It's like even the clean isn't perfectly clean. Sorry,
awesome.
Phil. Go ahead.
Love that.
I was just going to say I couldn't pose them together like that, though, because it's kind of like Deadpool and Kidpool. It looks a bit weird.
Yeah.
With this 6 scale, yeah. The eye. Oh man, this is great.
It's really, really, really good.
Does anybody have it on order? Shane, you didn't go for this one?
No. Like I do have the Mark 3 quarter scale, and then I've got the Dark Knight, the QS19, basically the DX19 in quarter scale, and I always kind of intended on getting one quarter scale Star Wars figure, but I'm just going to wait gonna wait and see like what they do in the future. Maybe they do another Vader and it's the right time, or maybe they do an Ahsoka or something that really resonates with me.
Yeah.
But no, I don't have this one. But it would make sense to get this one in quarter scale, maybe even pass on the Mark III quarter scale, because then I'll have, if you think about it, my favorite Batman suit in 6 and quarter, my favorite Iron Man suit in 6 and quarter, and maybe just get a Star Wars then and call it a day in the quarter scales. But yeah, I don't want to pass on the Mark III or the. They're nice. They're different. They're like kind of bigger statues. They got a bit of articulation. I like them. I can understand why collectors wouldn't want them, because like, okay, if you're going to go quarter scale for that presence, you may as well go for statue. But the thing is, that argument then is kind of like flawed if you're a figure collector and you like to articulate and have the options to swap out clean and battle damaged parts, or repose, or use different bases, or use without the base, or whatever. So
still cheaper than a statue as well, and the shipping too.
Yeah.
But I will say this about quarter scale. So I recently posed up my quarter scale Dark Knight, and I was never a huge fan of that suit. But when you see it in that bigger format, for me anyway, I was like, I get it now. It looks even better, that much better than the 6 scale. Just, I don't know, it just looks more realistic just because of the size.
Do you you've got the QS19, the Dark Knight, like the DX19 style quarter scale, yeah? Same.
Weak ankle.
Yeah, man, that was my next question. Like, I've got them posed up now. It's in my latest collection tour, but I haven't posed up. I love the Hong Kong heist scene, big fan of that. And I have him posed up with the backpack on, and he's holding the sticky bomb gun, which is one of the coolest accessories. All the little parts, a twist, and in the instructions, there's multiple different steps to bring it from storage to the point where he actually is using it. He can hold it. I love the scene, and that's the way I have him posed up, and I really like it. He's just standing there. It's not a particularly amazing pose, but you are definitely limited by the foot space on the base.
Yes.
Because I really wanted to use the base with all the heads and the hawk, whichever way. But you are limited by the foot space, he stands, and then with the ankles as well. He does have weak ankles. You got to use that crotch grab.
You have to use it, and it's a crotch rester, right? So you've got to be even kind of more careful with it.
Yeah, exactly. I would go far as saying it's a crotch wedger, because I wedge that thing right up there, because I don't want him taking another dive. He took a dive before, and surprisingly nothing broke. I thought for sure the blades on his forearms were going to be gone.
I remember that.
But yeah, Jim, what you reckon? What you think?
I thought this was an announcement that I released when I first saw it, because I completely forgot that this was even coming out. But it does look incredible. Their quarter scale stuff normally does, and I like that they're still offering quarter scale as well. It's not something I've dived into yet, but it's something that I've considered in the past, because they're quite nice statement pieces. So if you want like the odd statement piece, I think they work quite well. But then again, you can go for statues for that. But this does look good. As Mike said, the hair sculpt. I mean, every time I see Hot Toys like hair sculpt now, I just kind of geek out about that a little bit, because it's insanely good now. But
very good.
Yeah, it's nice, and it's just not something that's tactically like for me.
Yeah, man. What about you, Phil? I presume like no one has this on PO on the panel. Does anyone have an intention? Anyone see an end game where this makes it to the collection?
Never say never, 100%, because it's such a good representation, I think, of Mark 6, and head sculpt's spot on. I love the base, the swappable damage parts, unbelievable. So I'd never say never, but
is it sold out on Sideshow?
Yeah, $645, which is spenny, but then again, some of the artisans are around $500.
Yeah,
$645, and it is waitlisted. Yeah, even that pose, that's just straight up.
Yeah,
no, well,
like it'll be limited, because I'd imagine I get limited orders for it, because 6 scale collectors tend to stay in their lane, and not everyone collects quarter scale or both, and like they take up a lot of space. They're more expensive. But then they hit that dead stock state, and it's like, people, you'll see these being dropped down. You will. Like, I mean, Sideshow obviously not, because they're it's waitlisted already. But so you're not going to see it 25-30% off at Christmas or next Christmas. But I'd imagine, given a long enough timeline, you're going to see someone will have these dead stock sitting there, and they'll be like, right, we need to get rid of these.
What would you like to see in quarter scale, though?
Ahsoka. That'd be cool. T800 endoskeleton from T1 or T2 preferably. 2.0 treatment. A Terminator. Yeah.
That'd be
I'd
cool.
love a trooper. I'd love to just get out the plane Stormtrooper and
That
Yeah,
would be
very cool.
great. And like a less expensive, perhaps, option, right? Because you don't have to worry about die cast and all that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Shane, would you want Ahsoka from Mando?
Oh yeah, I don't do Clone Wars, man. I don't do Clone Wars. Got to stay in those lanes. Yeah, got to draw the line somewhere. And like this one, look, I can see a future when I have this, but I'm not rushing out to get this. They're going to be dead stock eventually somewhere, and if I see a deal, I'll pick it up. It's not a need, but it would be cool to have my favorite representation.
Yeah, I just jumped on the
In,
wait list just to see.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
That's fair.
Why not? I'm a big fan of that. Options are good. Options are good. It's always good at the option. All right, Philip.
100%.
Always. All right. Are we done with this? Anyone else want to?
I have one quick question. You know how he's got like the blasters here? Are those lighted?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Because
They're
they
not
have them
on
with
the
the 6 scale. They just peg in, and they
Oh,
don't.
all right.
They don't look right.
A little Photoshop.
Cool in the movie, but
Yeah.
they just look like pieces of plastic. Otherwise, I've never used them, and they just plug in, and it's not at a point where even there's not even like a light underneath it, because they think they plug into the top of the wrist as opposed to like, generally like if you pop off the hand, it's a light underneath.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think so. I don't think they light
Gotcha.
up. All right, so we're just gonna go some basics here. We are at 4,403 subscribers. We're on our way to 5k. Thank you very much if you were one of the 4,403 subscribers. If you're not yet subscribed, please consider it. I was going to pop this up here. Absolutely. Quarter scale Robocop with sculpt, battle damage pieces, and arm cannon. Eddie, go mad for that. All right. Shout out to the members, the gifted memberships. We got Darren2501, Andre, the movie canon, Andreas IB, Dogito. A lot of these people are actually in the chat at the moment. And shout out to the troopers tier: Parks Industries, Stanley, Vita, Tiny Art Guy, Figurecraft, Blurred Dad Life, 1-6 Shooter, Figures and Fandom, Howard Potts, H-in, Silver Fox, Jose G. Hernandez, Brian Wong, The Ben Thomas Show, Eddie, Money Mendez, Jim Collector, Lancelot's Nerd Corner, Mike L, and of course we got Ryan Smith. So that is the troopers tier, and of course now we have the Focus commanders who have their YouTube handle name displayed at the end of all of the content like this, and I have fixed it. Shout out to Austin Collects. I had fixed it on the videos, so it was there and it had been uploaded for the last few weeks for release reactions, unboxings, reviews, pre-order previews, all that, but I hadn't actually uploaded it here on the Hope Show, but he's top of the list anyway. So shout out to the commanders tier. Thank you. Thank you. New videos. So this is not really a new video. It's about 2 weeks old, but it's up there. It's doing quite well. So if you want to see my full collection tour, this is the Mark IV collection tour. It is the collection tour that I'm most proud of, and it's the nicest my collection rooms have ever looked. So yeah, I'm happy with it. Check it out if you haven't done so already. Shout out to the 50 people watching live. Much appreciated. Hit the like, hit subscribe. This is my review on the INART Superman. It's incredible. The figure, not my review. My thoughts on the stunning, incredible quarter scale Iron Man. I think you just got the live version on that, and this is a members only video. It's gone live now, but it's gone live to members for the last hour or so, and it will go live at about 10 p.m. tonight.
I like that title.
So. Yeah, always 2.0 there are. I was going to write no more. I was going to finish the quote. What's it? Always 2 there are. Never more, no more, no less, or never more, never less. But like with 2.0s, there's always 3.0s.
Yeah.
So. And there's always 1.0s that need a 2.0, like Ripley, that we haven't got. So it makes sense.
Absolutely.
Phil, what do you want to pick? What do you want to talk about?
Let's go 25 years of craftsmanship.
Okay. We'll have a look at this really quickly. I'm going to get that up and ready for you. I should have had this ready to go. I just have it here. So Hot Toys did another one of those videos that, those videos that when they put out They end up giving us kind of like everything you can possibly imagine. They cure world hunger, world peace, and everything. Or basically it ends up being a nothing burger, as Eddie would say. Okay, so this is the video. I've just muted it. So they've capitalized story and life. Go figure. So that's it. Wait. Is there more? No, there's not.
We
So they're
can't
saying
see
there's
it
25
change. Are you playing it for us?
Oh, sorry, I hadn't been sharing my screen. That was dumb.
Yeah.
All right, tell you what. I'm going to do this properly this time. And I'm going to put the sound on. I'm hardly going to get copyrighted from a Hot Toys
Nah,
teaser thing. Can you see that now?
not yet.
No.
Now? What is going on here? There we go. All right,
There it
sorry
is.
about that, folks. All right, here we go. Okay, so yeah. Do you think they're? I think they're just saying we've been here for 25 years. They're not really saying they'll do anything, and they've said before, like you know those little videos are like usually about the same length as this, and they pop it up and they're like, oh, 25-year anniversary of or 40-year anniversary of Empire Strikes Back, and 25-year anniversary of Episode 1, and then they just do like one reissue 2.0 and nothing else. So they're not even saying they're going to do something here, but I don't think it's going to amount to anything. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, when I first started collecting and I would see those videos, I was like, "Oh, we're gonna get 9 figures, just like Attack of the Clones." And then it's like one.
Nine was good.
Nine was
And
amazing.
they were figures that like people wanted.
Yeah, but I was expecting. Then you follow that up with what was it? It was an Empire Strike. No, it was Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi 2.
And I just thought, hey, if they did an onslaught for Episode 2, we're gonna get slammed, right? And then fizzle out. But
Yeah. Does anyone actually think it's going to amount to something?
not
Reissues.
No.
Yeah.
Repaints.
How many Iron Mans are they going to give us?
Right. I've seen a lot of jokes about that.
They haven't done a gold Mando yet, so you never know.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
happening. You want a
Yeah.
gold Vader? Happening. Yeah. You want a gold Mark 85? Happening.
I've always said it would be kind of fun if you were just like, that's all I collect, or like the metallic editions of things, and you just have a whole shelf of that,
Maybe they should do a Chrome Vader, because they've done obviously the Chrome Stormtroopers, haven't they, in the past?
Mm.
So if you want to complete that set,
I think,
Yeah, they did the porcelain one. Remember that one?
yeah. I think
Oh,
at
yeah.
best, maybe
What
you'll
they
get
should-
a 25th anniversary range of figures, maybe from 2000.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And you know what? It would make sense, but you know what they should do? Their MMS 001, I believe, was Kyle Reese.
I think so. Yeah.
That's what they should
Wow.
do.
Yeah, you're
They
right.
should,
What if they
like-
took their first, I don't know, year of figures and just updated them, whether they're 2.0s or
That would be cool.
4.0s? Yeah.
It'd be like that meme. Like, is there a more ultimate way of, how it started,
Yeah.
how it's going?
Right.
One looks like a melted welly, and the other looks like it was crafted by the gods. Like, I mean, Kyle
Yeah.
Reese would be epic. Like, I'm pretty sure their first one was Kyle Reese, but it wasn't called Kyle Reese. Let me see. Hot Toys,
Oh, right. It was unlicensed.
MMS. No, yeah, I think so. 001.
Yeah, they
I'm
started
pretty
off
sure it was
on-
Kyle Reese.
didn't
Yeah. Sergeant Tech Com Kyle. Yeah, Kyle Reese. Yeah. It says Sergeant Tech Com Kyle Reese. Looked like it was licensed, but it does not look like Michael Bean. It looks like Beans, just not Michael Bean. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
then they didn't have to get rights for likeness because they couldn't really do it anyway. Even if
it
they tried.
says Kyle Reese though, So
Yeah.
no,
No, I just mean like the face sculpts.
I
weren't
get you.
there.
Yeah.
It's like the Aliens Ripley with the power loader, that head sculpt. I don't think they had the license for that, which is why it kind of
Really?
looks like, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be. That's something on the top of my list for sure.
Yeah,
That'd be cool if they spread it out. If they were like, okay, we're going to do one 25th anniversary figure from different IPs. Like, don't do a bunch from Star Wars, a bunch from Marvel. Like, give us, Grant, give us your one Iron Man from Marvel, and give
Would
us
there
a
be
Batman.
license
Fine.
issues?
Pardon?
Would there be, I think, frozen licensing issues on that?
In what sense?
Like, they like licenses have expired for some of these older figures. Do you reckon there'd be issues?
Yeah,
on
yeah.
that one?
I don't know how it works, to be honest, but yeah, you could be, I'd say 100% right about that. I'd say they have a certain amount of time and then that's it. But like, if they kind of wanted to do it really and really showcase like how far they come, it would be a great one to go back to the boys from Terminator and go, here, look, can we make Kyle Reese?
Plus, in the last 25 years, I mean, these film companies have all been gobbled up either by Warner Brothers or Disney,
Yeah,
which they still have relationships with. So, like, the licensing shouldn't be that difficult for Hot Toys.
Well, like the Disney partnership probably helps. Well, it's hard to know. Like, I don't know. Like, in terms of, let's say, probably helps like the Alien franchise, like for them to get rights to it. I mean, we've seen they have rights to some of them anyway. They've done the Xenomorph and they've done Rain, but I wonder, does that open up the doors for 1 and 2? Like, how epic would that be? Let's say licensing wasn't an issue. They give us like, okay, this was our first figure, now we're going to do it again. That's your Terminator representation. You got Kyle Reese from the first movie, and then you've got like, I don't know, they do an Ed 209, or they do like a, I don't know, RoboCop 2 Kane, where that wouldn't really happen. I think for the 25-year anniversary, you probably have to do main characters or title characters, like movie icons in a way. I suppose then it wouldn't work with Kyle Reese, but I mean, you get what I'm saying, like, proper named head sculpt characters, like, you're like your Ripley or your Terminator, your RoboCop or whatever, like, so
Definitely.
I think, yeah.
Like,
James
McFarlane's been doing that for the last couple of years. He's been taking his like 90s figures and doing Kickstarter for like the high def version of them. So similar concept.
Yeah. Anyone have any thoughts on that before we move on?
No. Curious to
No, I
see what
think
you do.
expectations low, I think.
Yeah. Is this true? Okay. Phil, what do you want to pick?
I'm trying to think of something. Wait for Jim to come back. What's he going to want to discuss?
Jim's experiencing technical difficulties. His camera is done, so he has to. There we go. He's back.
Someone in the chat mentioned they'd like to see another George Lucas figure. That would be that'd be cool.
They did that. They called it the director or something, didn't they?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Jim, what you can pick, so because you're back.
Wait, should we go for Snap?
Okay.
Do you like a good Snap?
So, seeing as it's Iron Man Day every day, I've just gone ahead and fed into it, and because like again, I was what was refreshing. I really enjoyed making the video today. I was buzzing with it. It was a nice flow to it. I do them all with essentially one takes and just kind of rant about them, but like it didn't feel like 20 minutes, and it was because it's my favorite suit. Yeah, it's a quarter scale, whatever. When I went into all the details and stuff like that, I really enjoyed talking about it passionately, and it wasn't like, oh, just another Iron Man. I know a lot of people are saying it's just another Iron Man until it's the Iron Man you want. Some people are diehard Mark 7 fans, Mark 5. Remember there's a reissue the Mark 46 guy? Was that it? Remember that guy? That was, yeah. Or then basically there's loads of different types, and you pick and choose the ones that float your boat, and the Mark 6 very much floats my boat. So we're gonna pit two Iron Man against each other. You decide which one you want to get rid of, and it's they are the figures, so it's which one the one you snap you can never own. I'm going to start us off because this is so easy. I'm getting rid of the Mark 42 because I always thought that design was dirt. I just think it's like, no, Iron Man 3 is the weakest of the trilogy, I think personally. I just think that design is awful. So no interest. Mark 6 all the way. Snap the other one. Argue with me.
No, I wish Please. I could, man. But you made my point. Like what I like about the 7 is it's still very much those early suits, the color combination on them, and so I would keep the Mark 6 for sure.
Yeah, same. I'm not going to decide. I mean, I don't hate the design, just hate the coloring of it. There's too much gold for me. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be no different on this one. I just like the classic red and gold, to be fair. I don't even like too much silver.
Stanley's
So-
Bard.
Whoa.
I can't believe someone actually would choose the 42 over the 6. But then again, was it a fan favorite? Am I being
Different
harsh now?
folks, though.
Yeah, different folks. Yeah, different folks.
Yeah.
Different tastes. All right, so that one's kind of straightforward. This one maybe less so.
Mm.
I like the 2. Snap the 1.
I'll snap the 2.
I feel like if the 1 was maybe better executed, I don't know.
That's a good point. It's,
I'm gonna, as much as I like the 2, I'm gonna snap 2 and keep 1 just because it's a figure I've been wanting to get for a while and just haven't pulled the trigger on it. But I love the origin. You know, it's so great in the film. It's definitely although the scene with when you first see this Mark II is cool. Seeing that Mark 1 is just, I'll never forget that. So we'll snap.
This is a harder one because they're both quite iconic. The Mark 1, the issue I had is compared to the others, it looked almost undersized because in the film they make it look like a massive hunking suit, right?
Yeah.
Hulking suit. But I'm not sure if that's actually the case. So I don't know if the Hot Toys got it wrong or if it's just the way it was shot and the way it was filmed during the movie that made it look larger than it actually was. But then next,
I think they got it wrong.
I think they got it wrong
think?
too. Plus, I think they're supposed to like emulate how it looked, kind of like Bane, right? Like he's
True,
not that
true.
big of a guy in real life, but they
No, he's
nailed
not.
the way he looks and feels on screen, and they didn't really do that with Mark 1. That's kind of what I meant when I said the execution was a little off.
Yeah, like it's
True.
if a character is supposed to be 6'4", the figure should be 6'4" divided by 6.
Yes.
And if like you have a 6'4" character played by a 5'10" guy, the figure shouldn't be 5'10" because bloody RDJ or whoever is that's stupid. Do you know what I mean? You're absolutely right. It should be based on the character. You're not, and as much as they're played by humans. I'll give you an example. The for Thor 4, that absolute masterpiece. There was, because it would look ridiculous if Chris Hemsworth was walking next to Natalie Portman because she's so short. They built a track everywhere they walked. So if they had a walking scene, there was a track, and she walked on the track. So she came up like higher, so she was like just underneath him. You know what I mean? So it looked, yeah. So like I don't know what they did with that figure. Maybe they did it accurate to Natalie Portman, but I'd imagine if you put Thor and Lady Thor next to each other, she's smaller, but she's not like Natalie Portman small. Like I'm really hoping they would for people that like that. It makes no sense. Like, although they should have given Bane a bit of a belly though.
Yeah, he's got more
True.
kind of strongman physique.
Yeah,
More of a barrel rather than a big chest.
Charles Bronson big, and he played Bronson too.
Yeah.
Like it's not lean muscle, it's kind of fatty muscle, but like
Exactly.
but Bane was still an absolute beast. Like when you see his back for the first time, you're like, geez.
Dude, he even
Yeah.
says, he's like, I was just fat. He's even said that in interviews, you know? He's being a bit humble, I think.
Yeah, he
Anyway,
he
not that
definitely
much
had a lot of muscle on there. I think he's probably being humble.
Oh,
He
yeah.
definitely packed on a lot of muscle, but it was not like lean muscle. Like, okay, the polar opposite type of muscle. Have you seen Fight Club?
Yeah, there you go. Zero
Brad
fat.
Pitt is a god. Brad Pitt is a bloody god.
Mhm.
So like, yeah, that's as ripped as it gets, man. But,
I remember being
yeah.
in high school and seeing that and going, damn, I have,
That's
I gotta hit the
insane.
gym.
Yeah. There's a funny story actually about Zach Braff, the guy from Scrubs. He was in some fancy gym in LA or something like that, and he ran into Arnie. He's like, oh my god, it's bloody Arnie, you know. And Arnie came up and started talking to him. He knew who he was. He watched Scrubs or something, and he's like, oh, God, Arnie knows who I am. This is so cool. And he's like, what are the goals of your workout? I know that's a terrible Arnie impression, but I'm going with it, you know. Yeah. And Zach was like, well, do you ever see Fight Club and you see Brad Pitt and Fight? He goes, that's fine, just eat a load of carrots. So it's like all diet. And apparently the story is true, but like I want it to be true. Yeah.
Arnold's probably like, so you want to look like a sissy? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you ever like if you look up like Brad Pitt's diet or training program for Fight Club, like it's It's pretty intense. But then like you have a bunch of people in the comments. These guys are absolute meatheads who like packed on with muscle, but they're like probably riding as well, and they're like, oh my god, like why would you want to look like that guy? And it's like,
Yeah.
just because you can pick up a table and throw it over at someone and then like walk 10 meters and be gassed out of it, like that's not really what I know, not what I can achieve. But like, yeah, it's that physique is insane though. It is insane.
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of like is like MMA weigh-in physique, like.
Yeah, absolutely. But sometimes you don't realize just how thin guys are when they look that good on camera. They're usually like very, very thin.
It's like soccer players, man. They're tiny.
Yeah.
A lot of them are tiny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because they're just cardio machines.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm gonna snap the Mark II, and the reason why is because I feel like I have the Mark II in the Mark III. And I know, like, for me, when I think of the first Iron Man suit, it is the Mark III. That is the way it was supposed to look. It has the red, it has the gold, it's functional. Whereas the Mark II, as amazing as it does, I'm not taking away from it, it's a stepping stone towards it. And the Mark I, though, is the first suit you see in the development. So you have, like, the literally first Iron Man suit, the Mark I.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then Mark II is incredible, but it is ideally, I'd love to have 3 of them, but if I had snapped one, I think I'd snap the Mark II because the Mark I would stand out in the collection as so different, it's unique looking.
Yeah.
Who else hasn't gone yet?
I think that's it. But yeah, you're right. Mark II is just unpainted Mark III, so good point.
Yeah, cool. Although I think I said it before and someone argued with me about it. They're like, no, it's different. And it's like,
I don't know.
I think the argument was it's not the same suit painted because in number 2 you see the Hall of Armor.
Ah, okay.
But like my logic would be like, okay, it's probably the same suit painted, and then he had these things on file and he just made them again because he wanted to have them all. Like, I don't know.
Right. It's not the exact same suit, but it's the same mold. It's the same suit.
Yeah.
I know
Also, it is a movie. There's that.
Is the Riveting more pronounced in the Mark II than the Mark III?
That's a good point. I don't know. Is that like the lack of paint, or maybe it is supposed to be? Maybe the Mark III is refined. I always thought that, like, remember he's talking to what's the
Jarvis
name? Is it Jarvis? He goes, yeah, throwing some hot rod red there. I always thought that he was just painting the Mark II, but
Yeah.
I don't know. He could be right in that.
All right. On that note.
You go first. You go first.
Whoever that.
That's you.
That wasn't me. But
That's you,
I'll
Mike.
go first. All right. Gosh. I guess I will. I'll snap the 85. I like them both. I love them both, but I'll snap the 85.
Phil?
I've got the clean 85. I don't have the battle damage, so. But if I'm honest, I think I'd snap the 85 and keep this one.
Keep the 3.
It's just the color. Again, ironically, there's too much gold for me on the 85. I only got it as a representation for Endgame, really.
I actually love the 85. It's like, I know it's nanotech, but
No, I do too.
they lifted it. Yeah, they lifted it from the comics as well. There was one that was very, very similar to it, and I like that. Jim?
Does anyone else forget the numbers for these different Iron Men, or is it just
3 and 85? Yeah.
Yeah.
Most normal people don't know the names of these things. Like, let's be honest. Let's be real. Yeah.
None of us here are normal.
Yeah.
It's
We're
like
not civvies.
being Vader blind, and I'm Iron Man blind. So sometimes I'm like, which
Yeah.
suit is that?
So you're going to Mark
But when you see
III
them-
from 2008, and then it's basically the first and the last, like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'd snap the Mark III and keep the 85. I really like the 85 armor. Despite it being nanotech, I do feel there's something a bit more robust in like the actual armor Iron Mans of the past. But The 85's great. I really liked this battle damage version as well. Like that, I thought that Tony Stark head sculpt on this one at least was pretty good.
I think it's great. I think it's
Yeah, it's
great.
really
Yeah,
good.
you're right.
It's
You're
great.
right.
Just I don't remember that shield coming with it though. Isn't that?
That shield is rubbish. It is like
It looks like a
the
McFarlane
lid of
product.
some sort of
Takeout.
endgame
Yeah,
branded lunchbox.
Yeah.
It's cool in the movie, just doesn't translate well.
yeah.
I'm gonna
it's
snap
pretty-
the 85. I have the both of these. I love the both of these. They're both from epic scenes in epic movies. They're both triple threats, but the Mark III, man, it's the one that started it all. So I gotta snap the 85, even though how iconic that scene is. And yeah, cheers, folks. All right, where we go from here? Anyone want to choose?
The words are coming out all weird. Where are we now? Where do we go from here? Sorry, it's
You're all right.
a Radiohead moment.
Great song. Is that the Benz or is it? That's the Benz.
Yeah, I
isn't
think
it?
it's the Benz,
Yeah,
yep.
Yeah, it's the Benz. Yeah.
Have we all picked or?
I think we all picked
yeah.
one.
Yeah, you can pick there, Mike. Thanks for the community. Thanks for the opportunity to be verbose. Just opened up the fifth Deadpool and no broken ankles, which I've had. Good.
Wow.
So Deadpool will be getting some cattail when she's unboxed. All right, okay. I presume they're going to be introduced to Catwoman then. Well, you enjoy that, Moose. You enjoy that. Go on.
We'll go with Stilgars Stills.
Stilgars
Oh, nice.
Stills. Stilgars Stills. All right. So, chat. This is not just a panel. You've got the panel for Face Off. We want to keep them separate and we kind of want the chat not to spoil it and not to help the people who are going head to head. But for Stilgars Stills, we want you to help because it's kind of difficult. So, what movie is this scene from or this still from?
What? That almost looks like Harrison Ford.
It is not Harrison Ford. Oh, I can see where you're going with that. Yeah.
That's exactly what I said when I was muted. Yeah, I agree. I thought that was Harrison Ford. Is Ethan Hawke perhaps? Is it Training Day?
Nope.
I don't know.
This movie won Best Picture and came out in 2004. I think it won. I think if it came out in 2004, it probably won it in 2005. Then going back a good bit, 20 years. My God. This movie is kind of like how I would interpret it as like the interaction between different kind of cultures and ethnic backgrounds and races in America.
American History X.
No.
No, is this with
We guessed though.
Oh God, is it with Christian Bale?
No, Matt Dillon,
Matt Dillon, yeah, okay.
Tonde Newton.
I dated Matt Dillon's ex-wife.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Man.
That's better than climbing Everest.
That's weird. Well,
only like only
got
Mike actually did date.
didn't get
Ian did not climb Everest. Just putting that out there. Ian wound us all up because of a joke. Ian wound us all up because of a joke that I told. I went to see Deadpool and Wolverine. I got to see it maybe a few days before people because I was in New Zealand, and he messaged me. He goes, I have to know who is Lady Deadpool. And I was like, no, I don't want to spoil it for you, man. I don't want to spoil it. So he's messaging me on Instagram. I'm in New Zealand. He's at home. He's like, man, look, I'm going to see it in tomorrow. But like, I don't care about spoilers. Who is it? Like, he was kind of thinking, is it Blake Lively? And he was kind of thinking maybe like even like it could be his girlfriend Monica Baccarin, and he was kind of asking like, is it a celebrity? Is
Taylor
it a character? Is it Taylor Swift? And he's like, I don't care about spoilers. I was like, are you sure? And I was drawing this out for like an hour. You know the way like I was doing things. I was out snowboarding, like, so like I was going and I was doing my thing, and then I see the message like if I'd stop like for something to eat or something like that, and I'd message him like, are you sure? And then I go in, do my thing for another 2 hours, come back, and then eventually I was like, okay, I'll tell you, but you can't, don't say that, don't. It's Susan Boyle. And like he goes, are you joking? I was like, no, it's Susan Boyle. It's like the last person you would have thought of, and he full on bought into it. And then he messaged me 2 days later going like, You bollocks.
bastard.
Yeah. I got him good though. I got him good.
And Deadpool makes it believable. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, could be. Yeah,
Never know.
Yeah.
man, I'm not going to be able to pull this one out.
I don't think you're going to get this one either, guys. So look, it's gauging. The next time, I'll drop down the difficulty level a bit. But that is Crash from 2004.
Crash.
Great movie. I think it's a great movie. People say it's overrated. I think it's good.
I think I know this. Comedian turned director, right? Is this
Jordan Peele?
Jordan Peele, right? This is his directorial debut, right? It's not us.
Movie.
It's one word title. Like I think they all are, aren't they?
Two word.
Come
Come on, chat. Help them out.
It's something like I know. It's something like Go Home or something like that. Darn it.
You're on the right track.
Yeah, I know the film, and it's a good movie.
Blitz got it.
Get out. There you go. Go home.
Get out. Yeah. And then Moose Stream is telling you to get out. Stanley's telling you to get out. Everyone's telling you to get out. But you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is Get Out. Good stuff.
She's the
Right.
daughter of a famous newscaster in the U.S.
I love this image.
God, is it Blade Runner? The new Blade Runner? No,
It is.
it
Go
is.
for it.
What was it? Blade Runner 2049? What was it called?
Yeah.
2049?
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
I love
it is
that movie.
Blade Runner 2049. I'd like a licensed version of either Deckard or either or. I think I just really like the guy's coat. What can I say? I think Ryan Gosling actually. I always thought like Ryan Gosling and Brad Pitt. Like I used to think, going back to the Brad Pitt thing, I always used to think, oh, he's just a pretty boy. Like, I'm not gone his acting or whatever. Like, and maybe such a snap judgment. Saw Fight Club and I was like incredible. Then I saw Snatch.
Yeah.
So good. And then, obviously, like, Inglourious Bastards. And, Seven.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
7. Yeah.
The late
So,
90s Brad Pitt, man. Just hit after hit.
Seems like a man who's just enjoying life now, so yeah.
But you're right about Gosling. He's good, man.
Pardon?
I really like Ryan Gosling.
And the same thing. Yeah, I think I saw him in Drive and I was like, man, this guy's pretty good, like, and then he has range as well. I'm not gonna, the Barbie whole thing. Like, look, I went to see Oppenheimer with the girlfriend, and I picked a movie, and then like every other guy, like, the next week you got to see Barbie, and I didn't hate it. I thought it was
the best part.
I laughed. He was hilarious. His timing and the way he wasn't afraid that he didn't take himself seriously, and very, very good.
We hadn't really seen that side of him. He was very good.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking now when you talk about the coat, right? If he was an Englishman, John Constantine, I think he could really nail that part. But I want an Englishman, man. No more Keanu. I just need a blonde smoking Englishman.
Shane hates pretty people. Okay, Stanley. Okay. Yeah, go you. Right. Well, what could you do, man? That's probably out of context. Yeah, sorry, Stanley. Sorry. Really sorry. I just was saying that I thought, maybe he was just getting by in his looks, and I wouldn't be the first person to think that about, insert handsome person, whatever. But no, they've definitely got a bit of talent behind them. All right, well done, folks. Well done. You played well. You fought well, Atreides. Okay. Do you want to do the Fantastic Four?
Yes.
So there's a teaser trailer. It's about a minute and give or take a few seconds long. And according to John Campia, it's the trailer for the trailer, and the actual trailer's coming out tomorrow.
Wow.
I gotta say, it kind of sucked me in a bit. The music, the vibe. I'm told it's set in the 1960s, but not our 1960s.
Okay, that's cool.
As in, it's an alternative version of the 1960s or something like that. A different multiverse or whatever. Yeah.
Right. The casting was kind of controversial, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they look like.
Why was the casting controversial? I'm not up on it. Sorry. What was the? Is there Pedro Pascal again type of thing, or?
Yeah, I think he was the main controversial casting for it. I think just people didn't see him as Reed Richards really. Although he's a great actor. I mean, I'm sure he can pull it off. But I don't know. I think also, did you guys hear anything else about it? I'm trying to think of who else. Anyway, whatever. That was the main one I remember.
I might just put up a spoilers banner just in case people are like, cold turkey, not going to, people out there who
I hate it.
Yeah, so fantastic. What, you hate spoilers or you hate?
No, I'm just saying like how there. I thought you were gonna say how there are people that like root for things to fail.
Oh, right. Fantastic Four spoilers. I make that sound like we know the entire plot. I mean, I know nothing about this. Fantastic Four spoilers. So we'll scroll that there, and okay, grand. So like, there's a trailer. We're gonna talk about it. We'll probably show it and mute it. Yeah, we'll roll the trailer. So,
Sweet.
Are you happy enough to do that?
Yeah, I haven't seen it actually, so that'd be cool.
Cool. You have the option now to dip out for like 90 seconds if you want. But it kind of, yeah, I wasn't interested at all, and now I'm kind of interested. So here we go. I have to mute this. I don't know how to get copyrighted, but so there is a song playing. You can clearly see. Is that Galactus?
Yeah, it looked like.
So it's kind of very much like it giving me that kind of For All Mankind vibes, that NASA space travel, space race type of thing in a different version of the 60s. You can see Galactus, the Planet Eater.
Yeah,
that's cool. Like I am interested to see what he does.
Very cool.
There's a few shots where they look weird though, like the people's faces.
Okay.
Wait for it. And I don't know.
Oh yeah, right there.
His face kind of looked weird.
A little smoothed, like
yeah. Wait until the next shot. That.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
wait. There's another one. There. I don't know what's the story. They did look weird.
Rubbery, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I know what you mean.
Is it the CGI or is there something going on? Like,
Ooh.
Okay.
Do you know what that looked like?
Not effect.
It looked like the Flash. Remember the CGI in the Flash? Oh,
there must be something more though. There must be like, or maybe this isn't even the real trailer. Maybe I'm looking at a bloody AI mock-up. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. This was the one that popped up, and this was the one I think they were talking about. So unless I'm looking at the complete wrong trailer, do you know what I'm saying? But it actually looked kind of. If it is, it fooled me. But that looks very AI, doesn't it?
Very rough.
It?
Yeah, very
so
poor.
I don't
tried
know.
to make him look more like what we've seen Reed Richards look like in the past. It's strange.
I don't know. I could be literally looking at a fan-created AI trailer and not the real.
Somebody's saying in the comments of the actual trailer you're looking at, because it's screen culture, right? Yeah. This is AI. People are saying
because I think are parts of it real.
It was dropped 5 hours ago.
IGN has one.
And it's different.
Let's see if we can get the right one.
Yeah.
It's only about 21 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right. And I wonder now is I would imagine the one we're looking at here has the 21 seconds, but they've added bits to it.
Okay.
So I wonder is Galactus in the actual one? I hope it is. Do you have a link in the private chat that I could just open up?
Let me see if I can get it. We're using phones.
I think I have it here now. Uh-oh. Damn it. I'm going to have to edit that bit out.
That was it. Yep.
Okay. So, let me go back and look at this.
You got it?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm just going to get rid of this. Let's see if I can go back into the history. It should be there now.
Damn, seeing Galactus got me excited now.
Yeah, man.
The trailer.
I got got. What can you
Sometimes
do?
don't
This thing.
one movie and he's gone.
I hope.
Like,
I
he
hope.
needs-
Is he the bad guy in it?
Yeah, he's like the main. He's like their main villain.
All right, so Galactus will be in it anyway, or should be in it,
Yeah, or maybe they'll tease him. Like a Thanos style.
and then we have to wait 10 years to see him.
Yeah, maybe.
So is this is okay?
Because like he's in.
This
He's
is the one, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Like he's in Secret Wars and stuff, Shane. So like they're probably gonna build up to that.
Okay. Right, so you got a bunch of kids. It looks like it's 60s or whatever, a version of the 60s. They all get their powers because they're astronauts and they go into space and something happens, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, there was
Okay.
nothing.
was
Okay.
That was it.
Sorry, folks. I got. Right, well, I'm not so hyped now. Because the other one actually got me going better. But we'll have to have a look at it.
And AI these days, it's scary convincing.
Yeah.
So we have. Oh, hello, Jose. I'm so sorry.
Man.
I'm really sorry. Hi. How are you?
Hey, Jose.
F4 looks great as long as they kill Uncle Ben again. The guy just won't stay dead. Yeah, there you go. Fake trailer. Thank you,
Okay.
Melissa Carter. Good stuff. So I'll skip through. So people are just saying basically it's a fake trailer. Tomorrow, 7 a.m. Machiavelli
Okay.
Dawn. Okay, so I'm looking forward to the real trailer.
Yeah, because I think
Vanessa-
the Jurassic Park one is the day after, isn't it?
Oh really?
So official trailer isn't in tomorrow, according to Ian. Speaking of fake news, Ian did not climb Everest. Just putting that out there. Hashtag Susan Boyle. Fake news. We need to get fact checkers. Yeah, that's true. That is true. All right, so
It wasn't
that was
Ian
that.
that sent that to you, was it?
My hype level is now back to not hyped about this movie, but we'll watch it tomorrow and we'll see, and I'll let you know. All right, anyone to choose? Anyone to do anything?
Maul.
Let's have a look at
Yeah.
them also.
Yeah, let's
have a
do
look at
that.
them all.
Let's do that.
Okay. So this is 405 on Sideshow, I believe. Comes with the blood fin, or sit speed, or whatever you want to call it. And I'm just going to get this up in 1 second. And it is, I think it looks great. Jose actually got a shout out. Actually, yeah, Jose, you got the whole intro to this video, which I don't. And yeah, you should just watch the video. You got your shout out at the start of this video. All right, folks. Talk what you want to talk about. I think it's 405. It's waitlisted on Sideshow. I think it looks great. I do think it's better than the original, but I don't think it's night and day. I think it's marginal. So, what do you think?
I think it looks stellar. I mean, like, if we go to the rest of the figure, I think it looks quite similar to what we've had before. I'm debating with myself if the hooded bit's different though, compared to the original. I don't know if it's just that they pose it well in this, but like, for example, in this shot, it seems to like shape really nicely over his head.
Yeah,
So I
I
think
like
it
it. I like it in this shot. Yeah, I do like it.
Yeah, this is a nice shot actually. This I imagine.
Yeah,
everything
that's
else
the reason I put that there is because you could incorporate everything in a without having him on a bike. I know you could still have him on the bike and have one of the blades there as well, but I like this, and you're incorporating the base as well. I know a lot of people don't like those big bases, but you've got the blood fin there, and of course it is lit up, USB powered, and then you've got the probe droid, and he just looks like a badass. Like, and you got the cloak, and I think the cloak is hanging quite nice. I do think they made, from what I can see and what I remember about, I don't have the original, but from seeing the original and posed in different people's collection, I think
it was good.
It's, yeah, marginally be better, I think, but I do think it's better.
I prefer the cloaked look, to be fair. When I had him in the collection, like when I found out this was happening, I offloaded him. But I did quite like the cloaked hood. But seeing the head sculpt on this, that's like, for me, that's almost night and day, like improved over the original. The original was a lot more round. His neck does still look a little bit short to me in this, though. Is the only thing I'll say. Hopefully, he's still got the magnetic neck like the original had, though, because that made swapping out that head so easy, so easy. I really liked that.
Wish they were all like
This
Yeah.
here, you have to get a Neo LED CCFL, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, you do.
And like
100%.
you could pose it exactly like this. The wire would probably come out around the middle. You could spend time taking off the robe, putting it up that left arm, having it come out the back, and you could literally tape it to the back of that stand if you're using it. Or not, run it down the leg. You probably never see it like. It would look incredible.
Yeah, because you're going to lose even more light with these blades like that with the Hot Toys version, because they're already dim in just the standard one, So, yeah, this would look great. I agree, Jim. I have the I have the Clone Wars version, and then I bought on eBay just the Screaming sculpt from the original, and I could just tell from this picture, even though I like that one a lot, that this is an improvement for sure.
Yeah.
And they've done away with the, I believe they've done away with like the imprinted lines, like the lines around the watch.
Yeah, I think they did.
So this is more screen accurate, more so.
Because the Sideshow hat.
Sorry, folks. Just go. Sorry. Yeah, thanks very much, Rogue One Photography. Time to enable Shane. People, do your worst. Do your worst. Your Jedi mind tricks only work on the weak-minded. Don't think just because the AI got by me that I'm having an off day. Don't even go there. I got a shout out. Am I on Eddie's level now? No, God no. It's not as heavy. It's going to really annoy him. It's not as heavy and as thick as the original cloak hood. It looks better. I do think it looks better. That's a fan-made trailer of the Fantastic Four. Oh, thanks for letting us know that. We didn't realize.
We were testing you guys.
Striker 47 is watching like 20 minutes behind us. Like, yeah. Nope. Hands in the air, guys. Got.
Also
AI is going to.
Sorry, go ahead, Jim.
No, go on.
No, I was going to say, I like that they're showing you, hey, you can display this space off center with the nameplate to the side. It's a creative way to add some foot space in a different way and kind of make collectors go, oh yeah, it doesn't look bad. I can do that. Sometimes you just need a little, I don't know. Sometimes you need to see something differently that you might not have thought of before, and it's so simple.
That's not a bad idea.
He's not wrong, Shane.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Oh yeah, come on.
He's not wrong.
Is it a triple threat?
Probably. I'm guessing not. It is for me.
I do love the character.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love the movie. I do like the movie. I'll throw it on, but it's not going to be any more than a 3 stars for me. It's not. And I do love this version. I do love this version of the character. And the Duel of Fates is the greatest choreographed live action lightsaber fight we've ever seen.
Yeah,
hands down, I think. It's not my favorite though. Empire Strikes Back, my favorite, because of the gravity and the cinema.
Did the Clone Wars make you appreciate Maul more, less, the same?
The Maul should be dead. They cut him the fuck in half. He should be dead. There's no way. He should be dead, gone, sliced, blood and guts coming out of him like sausages in a butcher's, and he fell down a shaft. If the cut didn't kill him, the bloody fall should have killed him. So no, he should be dead. And he had some great scenes in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the Clone Wars. I get people when they say, like Jedda's watching, or maybe he was, loves the Clone Wars. And I get why people love it. The Ahsoka story arc, the Order 66. Oh, it's so good. But like, take all the filler away and just give me that. Like, and I refused to just skip the episodes. I wanted to watch it all in experiences. And I will go back and I'll watch the arcs and stuff like that. And Maul, yes, he had some great, himself and Savage and stuff like that, some absolutely great episodes and great action and class. But he should be dead.
You know that he was supposed to be the main baddie in the sequels? So in Lucas's treatments, he was the main villain. That would have been pretty sick.
Yeah, like as in, they could have been, Palpatine and him, and then, yeah. They could have had Qui-Gon survive, spoilers, for like maybe episode 1, episode 2, and then the death would be even worse then,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
I'm telling you. 61 people watching live. You have a good rant. The numbers always go up, folks. Because like if people are scrolling through, oh, this is live, this is live, this is live, and someone's just like, if there's dead space, people are like, not watching that. But if you're on a full rant, they can smell it.
That's right.
Blood in the water. Shane needs them all. Movie icons display.
For me,
Yeah,
I will say, I'll give you this, Jose. You got the shout out at the start of the intro because you're mad to get me to buy this. But if I buy this, I'll never hear the fucking end of it. So that's completely turning me off it.
Oh no.
And I have to put the guardrails up, as Mike says. It wouldn't be out of place. You're right, Jim, in the movie icons section, and the same for Jose. What's this? At least it wasn't.
Classic.
That would have been good.
What's a Rickroll? I don't get it.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. When you say, hey, I'm gonna show you this video, and then you actually play or show that video.
All right. Okay. Gotcha.
It sounds good, isn't that?
Ray Park. Is he actually Scottish? I didn't realize
I
that.
believe
That's
he
cool.
is, yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. Yeah.
He's great.
Shiny. You could tell the trailer was fake because we all know Margot Robbie's playing the Invisible Woman. That's funny. Melissa Carter says, "Can't wait to get my hands on this guy. One of the greatest memories as a kid was meeting Ray Park." That's pretty cool.
That's great.
That is pretty cool.
He seems like a really genuine and very nice guy. Everyone who's met him says so.
Right.
It's the best thing to come out of the prequels for me personally. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's why
I
it was
think I'd agree. Yeah.
It's a must-have for me because that's how we remember the prequels, and they should never have killed him off in the first one.
Yeah.
That was
Oh yeah, I know. I just maybe Lucas just didn't know what he was like, how impactful it's going to be. Yeah. What's up, Figurecraft? Are you guys getting him with a bike or just alone?
I've got the standard edition, so there's no coins, no bike, just Maul.
I went
If
bike
Cad
on this
Bane
one.
from the Book of Boba Fett can make Shane's collection exception, why not Mod? Not a bad point. Not a bad point. Yeah, I'm not going to argue that point. Yeah, I think it's because another thing going for Cad Bane was, we all know the Book of Boba Fett was Mandalorian season 2.5. Like, well, those two episodes that were in there, 5 and 6, and definitely the best 2 episodes of that show. And he fits well in the Mandalorian line. And I already have Mandalorian, displays, so that's something he has going for him as well.
No. Just admit it. It's the trench coat. We all know.
Yeah, it was. I like a I like a duster, man. You stick a trench coat on Maul, then we'll talk. But the hood's nearly there. Yeah. Sorry, boys, that's my age talking. I didn't even know what it was, but it was explained. It was explained to me. Yeah.
Do you own a trench coat, Shane?
No, I do have some long winter jackets, but they're not trench coats. I don't rock the. Is it Mark Morrison? Turn up the Mac.
Yeah.
No. I'm a fan of a nice winter coat, though. This looks great. So on the panel, who's is this occupying space in people's PO list?
Yeah, I went all in. Yeah, it's just
Is that everyone besides me?
I think so.
So far,
Yeah, I think so.
at the moment.
Good, Shane.
And did you go Bloodfin and everything? Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, same.
Look at that. That is so badass right there. Using
sir.
the Bloodfin as a base. Yeah.
That's a cool
Great.
pose. I like that one.
Again, see, like, I'm too stupid to have come up with that. That is great.
It's very cool.
So it's like Zord would do.
Yes.
Yeah.
I look to him for inspiration all the time.
Yes.
I would have loved to have seen this movie and not know that he had a double-bladed lightsaber. But between the merchandising and it, was it in the trailer? I could have been. It was like.
I know.
It was that would have been. It's too hard to keep that with the merchandising alone. It'd be too hard to keep that secret because you're going to have Lego coming out with double-bladed lightsabers, and then the Hasbro or 3 3/4 inch and same thing, whatever.
But everybody still went nuts when he did it, though. Like,
yeah, very cool.
Oh yeah, it was an epic scene.
easy. I will never forget that night. Midnight, Manhattan, lining up. Oh, it was great.
Yeah, yours seems a lot more yours seems so much cooler than mine. I was in Limerick Omniplex.
I would love to visit the Limerick Omniplex.
Yeah, God.
Yeah, this was Times Square. I mean, the line was around the block, and people were dressed up, and the news cameras were out there, and it was just so exciting, man. And
I saw a homeless guy making a wee.
I'm sure I did too, actually. That's very New York as well. He just wasn't in the movie.
I actually quite like this. Oh.
Was that? Did you just have an inner monologue moment?
Yeah.
I'll tap Lion Rock up for you now, Shane. I'll just
No, you're good.
I'll just let it know that PO.
You know, I'm in such good form today. I'm going snowboarding. There's 9 more school days. Like this day, 2 weeks, I'm gonna be in Val Thorens. I'm gonna be in the Three Valleys, the largest ski region in the world. At probably the best time of the year to go. And I unpacked my snowboarding kit today and repacked it, and I'm just so buzzing. Like, do you ever have a life buzz when you're just like,
oh yeah,
life will not always be this good.
Oh,
The shit time's coming, but when it's good, you just gotta bottle that up. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's a great mindset. I try to do that as often as possible.
Take stock.
Yeah. I try to do that.
Yeah. There was someone recently, like, you know, like, do you know that someone said some point? Oh God, someone explained. I listened to this snowboarding podcast called The Bomb Hole, and these guys, like, they basically, they're these two, like, there's a snowboarder and a videographer, like, who just, they're really involved in, like, you know, the community and culture, and they get on, like, these snowboarders on, they do these like 2, 3 hour, 4 hour interview podcasts with them, and they're on YouTube. It's incredible. And like, they've interviewed, like, I presume you know who Shaun White is. Yeah, so Shaun White is, like, you know, Olympic snowboarder, and, like, you know, definitely not my favorite snowboarder or anything, but they have, like, celebrities of that caliber on. They've got, like, all different styles of snowboarders on, and they're interviewing them. And, like, this one guy, Mark Sollers, he used to ride for Burton. You probably heard the brand Burton. Mm-hmm. And they just explain about how, like, the injuries they go through, and, like, trying to, like, secure their sponsorships, and you know, how many times they tried a certain trick on a certain rail, and how many different bones they broke trying it, and, like, you know, going back the next season with carrying that, like, am I going to end up in a hospital again because I'm here 12 months later and I just did, like, 6 months of rehab to get here or whatever, like. And, like, one guy was kind of saying, like, that it's important to do things in moderation, and he's like, you know, things, like, shouldn't become your life. You know what I mean? As in, things shouldn't become your life. If you like ice baths, great, do the ice bath, but don't do it like, you know, I'm gonna do an hour at 4 degrees every single day, and don't let it take over. Or, like, you know, if you're a vegan, fine, like, don't force it on someone else or something. Like, do your thing, do it in moderation, and like, do you know the way mental health is so massive now? Like, it was unheard of probably when we were in school. It was like, you know, you're grand, walk it off.
Yeah.
But like, it's now, it's like, you know, it's especially with men, it's like, you know, it's pushing, like, it's okay to talk, and it's okay to you know, if you need counseling or whatever like that, or pull your friends in and stuff like that. And thankfully, like, I've never personally suffered from any sort of mental health or any depression. I touch wood, I'm very, very thankful. Like, but I remember, like, you know, mindfulness is like, you hear so much about it, you get immune to it. That's my point. You know what I'm saying? Like, everywhere it's like mindfulness, and it's like, right, okay, give me something practical. And I remember someone told me before, like, they're like, no matter how bad your day is, before you go to bed, try to pick out 5 things that were actually good. And, like, some days those things are gonna be really, really, really small and really, really hard to find. Like, that cup of coffee was good. Mm-hmm. Or the car's running better now that I fixed that thing on it. Or some, like, mundane things. And, like, some days they're going to be huge things. But I always thought that was a good thing. Especially when life is good, to take stock and go, I'm lucky right now I'm not sick. I'm lucky right now I have somewhere to live. I'm lucky right now I can afford to buy a Darth Maul if I want. You know, I'm lucky to have friends to chat to and stream or whatever. But sorry, complete side tangent. Sorry, folks, complete. But, like, yeah, I just think it's important to take stock when.
No, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Like when you're older and your body's not working, like, you'll kill to be 40, 45 again.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
it's true. I think about that. But
100%.
So Shane, I have one question for you: step-ins or straps?
Oh man, I'm a strap guy. Like
Better control.
I appreciate, like, the step-ons or step-ins are going to save you time, but I think maybe it's the control. I like to. I know it's going to take me a few seconds to step in and then strap up my boot and stuff like that, but at least I know, right? Especially I do park, and I'm not particularly good, right? But I do park, and you leave the snow from time to time, or you're on like a tube, or you're on a box and something, and I need to know that I have cranked this in and tightened up my bindings on my feet the way I like it, and I feel I have control. Plus, when I'm doing that, looking at the binding, I can notice that screw's loose, and that has happened, and I wouldn't notice that if I'd step-ins. You know what I mean?
I agree. You have better toe control, better heel. Yeah, you feel it better, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Where would you go? Like, would you is there a place nearby, or where's the nearest place if you wanted to?
Well, there's
for a day or two.
There's a small mountain I'd never brag about here in New Jersey, but it's very convenient. So it's about a half hour away.
I'm so jealous.
You wouldn't find it anything impressive, but it's a nice place in the summer.
You have the option.
Yeah, I have the option to go somewhere. But then there's a few places in New York. I know that you've been to upstate New York, so we've got some mountains there. But I've also done a lot of snowboarding in Canada as well. Just up in Montreal, and
I like Canada. Like I love Canada. I love what they've got going on there with the scenery and the mountains and Whistler, and oh my god, been to Niagara Falls, and I like Canadian people. Like they're just I'm generalizing, obviously, but yeah. But sorry, folks.
I've never gone out west, and I've never gone to the Alps or anything like that. But I'd love to do some of that.
Yeah, take stock, folks. Take stock. So this mall looks incredible. Let's just say I'm going to put it in, I'm not going to rule it out category. Yeah. So they're going to work on me here. I'm going to be in trouble. I shouldn't have even said that. But all right, looks great. So we got, out of the 4 panel members, 3 people that have locked this in on pre-order, and the Sit Speeder Deluxe version. That's what we're talking. That's what we're doing. Yeah. You going to go any CCFL Neo LED maybe?
So yeah, I'm waiting to place. I want to do like one big order with Fusion and try out some of those new tech he's got, which I think you have one of them, don't you?
I have Fusion Reactor kits for the Iron Man, but all my blades, the sabers, are from Art 15 Custom. They're a mix of CCFLs or Neo LED. I don't have any Fusion Reactor lightsabers. I did have one gifted. Well, he donated it for the giveaway, and Ian won the giveaway. So
because those are Neo, that. I think they're probably the same technology.
I'd say similar. Yeah, I'd imagine.
So I want to just figure out all the sabers I need and try to do like one big order. So I think I will probably for this one.
Cool. All right, folks. So pretty much there's 2 things left. We got Face Off, and then we've got the little moving clapper board there. That's basically, what movie are you looking forward to that's coming out over the next few years? Do you anticipating you're looking forward to see? Like, it doesn't even have to be in production, but it's going to come out eventually. Whether that's, I don't know, Secret Wars or the Fantastic Four or Batman 2 or Dune 3 or whatever. What are we hyped to see, folks?
God, I would say Batman 2, but it's just getting further and further away every day rather than closer. But that would, I don't know. I am very curious to see what they do with this next phase of Marvel. It's the first time I've really felt excited for Marvel in a while. Like, I know there's that controversy with the Doom casting with RDJ and all, but like, I'm even more excited because of the curiosity of it than if it was a different actor in a weird way. You know what I mean? To see what they do with it. So I would say that those 2, what are the name of the films again? I know that one is Secret Wars, but there's one preceding.
Is it Doomsday?
I think Doomsday, then Secret Wars. Or it could be the opposite, but I would say.
No, I think that's right. Yeah, I think it's Fantastic Four, Doomsday, Secret Wars. There might be something. There's Spider-Man in there somewhere as well. I think the Spider-Man might be after. I think it's after Doomsday, in between Secret Wars.
Secret Wars is what I'm most excited for. To see what they do from the comics to the film.
Secret Wars, okay. I think I'm looking forward to Dune 3. I know it's not even in production yet, but
They've
That's
started
what
writing, haven't they,
comes
for that?
yeah. And I suppose the book there is, I hope, I'm very much a fan of, okay, you're making a movie that's based in a comic book or a computer game or a novel. It's not your job as a director to do page per page, scene by scene. It's you interpret it. You take the raw material. You pick some things. You leave some things. Personally, I think that's the director's job. It's a representation. It's an adaptation. It doesn't have to be. Some things don't translate well. I think Denny, the changes he made from, say, the first two books, I can see why he did them. And I've heard. I'm reading through Messiah. I still haven't finished it yet. It's slow, man. It's not a page turner, but I'm gonna finish it. And it's. Did you finish it, Jim?
I did, and I completely agree with you. It is. I found it quite hard to get through.
Is it worth it in the end?
I would say so, because it kind of. I would say so. It kind of brings his story full circle. It's hard to say without spoiling.
I get you, yeah. And I actually don't know what happens, which is great.
Because there's 6 books. I think is there 6 in total. So
yeah.
this is only the second. This is the second book, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, there's a bunch.
Because the first 2 films were just 1 book, but
yeah,
it's a hard one to get through, but it's worth reading. There's some interesting stuff happens in it, but it's very philosophical. This second book.
I'm hoping he takes liberties for the better. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do as well. To be honest, he'll have to, because it's a lot. It's a lot more talking in this and less action and like a lot more like introspective kind of stuff. So
I'm also hoping that like it's not like first movie, Dune 2, and then I'm hoping it's not the like.
I know.
It could be the next Lord of the Rings, right?
That's high praise.
It's funny you
so
say
what
that.
are you looking forward to? Go on.
No, I think
Sorry,
he's
Mike?
taking the Peter Jackson route, kind of in his interpretations, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not page per page. It's also very much honoring the source material, but you have to take some liberties because you don't have inner monologues. You don't, so.
Because there's a lot to look forward to. Like, I mean, you got like if you think about all these movies, like it's kind of like now that the strike is kind of finished, the wheels are turning again. They're planning. You've got Fantastic Four, Doomsday, Secret Wars, the Batman Part 2. You got Dune Part 3. You get Spider-Man, Odyssey. I see mentioned there. Ian speaking my language. The upcoming Christopher Nolan. Again another adaptation.
Ballerina. Somebody mentioned
Ballerina. The Mando. I completely forgot about the Mandalorian movie.
What a shame, right?
The standard is
needs to be good.
Season 1 and 2, yeah. Jim, what are you looking forward to the most?
I was just thinking about it. We've mentioned a fair few things. I am excited, and this is a TV show. I'm excited for the Derry TV series, based off of Stephen King's works. I think that's going to be quite interesting. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that turns out. So that's one I'm quite hyped up for. Alien Earth, right around the corner. Hoping that'll be good.
That's a prequel, though, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It is.
I'm wondering how that works out. I just
we'll see.
Skeptical.
Me too.
I always thought it was like, this is new.
I can't remember what
they're all along, living among us.
Alien and Earth. I can't remember how big that difference is, but I do wonder if they have the same issue that Acolyte in many ways had with their time period that they chose, because that was one of the issues with that show was the time period.
That's one on a very long list of issues with that show.
Yeah.
I wonder will there be much singing like in Alien Earth? The power of many.
Yeah. Like the first AVP worked because you're like, okay, well they're on Antarctica, so you could see how they would hide the fact that
nobody else knew about it. Right. Yeah.
But those aren't even canon. So this is canon. So I'm curious to see where they go with it.
But I mean, like it's Alien versus Predator. Like how much storyline is there going to be? Like, you know what I mean, like you just want to see the two creatures fight each other, and
That's all you
the
go
scenes
for.
were cool. The scenes were cool. So is it Derry? That's what has you hyped, or is there anything else? Or if you had to pick a movie, what one would you pick? Or
Movie wise, Batman 2. Definitely, that. I reckon that'll be really good. I don't know beyond that, actually. To be honest, there's nothing that pops right into my mind. I mean, Marvel's.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you what the next films. Right, we were talking about Doomsday and stuff. I feel like in my head I've still got the old series they're going to do back when they still had what's it? I forgot his name now. Before he got kicked off for doing some.
Kang?
Yeah, that's it. I still like have that kind of because they've changed that whole.
They had to pivot to Doom because of that.
They had to pivot, yeah. So that would be interesting.
Pivot.
I think so too.
Like a Doctor Doom, yeah. It's kind of people. Yeah, looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
What are you hyped for? Or are you looking forward to, Phil?
As Ian's already mentioned, Odyssey and Austin Collects, Mando, definitely looking forward to that. But I'm looking forward to Predator Badlands, if it's still happening.
Oh, good shout. Forgot about that one.
That's a movie as well, is it?
Supposed to be, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's in production yet. There's been a lot of whispers and a lot of fan-based things going on, but
Yeah. Remember at the end of Prey when they're showing like the sketching on the walls of the spaceships coming and stuff? I wonder if that's going to be part of the story.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
I hope so.
This guy's question, Jordy. When do you think Artisan Anakin is going to be released? I mean, it's due, yeah? So is this like a after Chinese New Year finishes, kick off with a bang type thing?
their announcements and releases are all over the shop at the moment, aren't they? Because when I was looking at when I ordered the Maul, I ordered Han way before the Maul. And it's released Jack Sparrow. I remember I was in Florida at the time he was streaming, and that was announced then. And that's been released. It's like they're...
Yeah, it is strange.
And they seem to be doing this batch thing now as well. I don't know.
Oh, like how long ago was Sabine released? And she's not even like shipping, you know? So that's another weird thing. They're releasing things that are unavailable, and then they're releasing other things early.
Yeah.
And
That's
getting
what I
them
was
out.
thinking with Paul. Like, when is he actually going to be hitting people's collections? I mean, because I wouldn't have thought they'd be shipping stuff out now.
I don't know.
Maybe local.
Do you guys think that they're going to do like... I mean, these are some good releases today, but do you think that they're going to do something in February? Do you think they're going to wait till Chinese New Year is over? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think they'll throw out a few things there. Maybe that'll finish, and then bang, they'll have like one of those like images with 12 different figures that are due to release, and they'll release them over the next 3 months, and Anakin be on that list, I presume.
Is there an event coming up, like a Hong Kong event or something? Isn't there?
I think there is for
pretty sure.
the 25 years, no?
Oh, is that what that was about? I thought that was just like, hey, we're just kind of letting you know we've been around 25 years.
When Celebration? That's soonish, isn't it?
Wow. The February 25, delay notification for Sideshow Anakin.
Wow.
Maybe they're messing around with the hair. Ian could be right.
Yeah. I'm really, I don't have it on order. I wish I did, but I'm so excited to see what that figure looks like.
Yeah, it's
You
kind
know,
of hard
see if
to
they
get,
really-
like, because it's kind of surfy hair. It's not like just,
it's not
like
greasy,
Wanda.
sort of-
yeah, it's not the Joker. It's
I'm going to see a lot of variation with that. But do you guys think we'll get a dark side? That's another question.
100%.
I hope so.
yes,
Why not? Easy, right?
100%.
yeah, easy. Artisan Dark Side, limited to
I hope they do a
14.
sculpture as well, though.
And
I
that's,
doubt they
potentially,
will.
that's potentially another prequel figure that I would get. Is a dark side.
Yeah.
It would make me feel less bad about missing the other one,
Yeah.
Get in on this one.
Probably annoy those people, though, that did get in it.
Yeah, we'll see some trading.
Some of them.
Yeah.
I think it's time, folks. All right. Anyone want to go head to head?
I've had a shocker the last few weeks.
I'll go.
I knew
I'll
Mike was
sit- I
going
feel like I won the last one, so I'll sit this out.
Okay. So Mike, a second. There we go. So Jim v Mike. All right, so
Was it me?
stay. Yeah, Jim, well, you just
just
volunteered in my head.
like,
So
yeah.
Jim and Mike. All right, Phil, will you think of a number? Will you think of a number between 1 and 10? Yeah, and then Jim's going to have a crack at it, and Mike's going to have a crack at it, and whoever's closest is going to go first. So, Phil, do you have a number?
Yeah.
Jim,
4.
Mike,
10.
Number was 3.
okay. So Jim,
I win.
You're going first. So, Jim, this is what I have for you. In what year was the movie Face Off released? Switch over to private chat as well, lads, just in case people spoil it by accident. And I'll remember not to share anything controversial or answers.
I'm gonna. This is a shot in the dark. 2002.
Incorrect. It was 1997. Over to you, Mike. In what year did the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie Eraser release?
Nobody knows that.
Yeah, true.
What kind of question is that? God, I've never even seen it.
Is that the one with the... Oh, no,
I don't know, 95?
Oh, you're so close. Oh, that was a great guess. 96. You were so close.
Is that the one with the demon thing or whatever at the end?
No, these special guns. They're like special gun shipment. The whole thing was around these guns.
That was the bad guy at these special guns? What was it, Megatron?
Special guns, yeah. Who did? Just if you watch it, you'll know what I mean.
Okay.
Over to you, Jim. Who directed the movie Dances with Wolves?
No idea. Quentin Tarantino.
I'm just gonna make sure that the guys are over on private chat. Gio, it's really important that you don't write the answers into the chat, just in case the guys have forgotten. They are switched over to private chat, but we don't want the chat to actually answer the questions, Gio, because then the boys, if they have forgotten to move over to private chat, they may know. I'm assuming that Gio knows the answer to all these questions anyway.
Kevin Costner.
It was actually Kevin Costner. I think he was actually typing them after the person had made their guess. Back over to you, Mike. Who directed Gran Torino? Also, great movie.
Clint Eastwood.
Oh,
It is Clint Eastwood. Yeah, and it was Kevin Costner starred and directed in the other one. So 1-0 to Mike. Back over to Jim. You still have a chance. Who played Tommy Hansen in the movie Crash? We mentioned it already today. Wait, we mentioned the movie.
yeah. See, I've not seen this film.
Crash 2004. There's actually 2 movies called Crash. So 2004 is the one that won Best Picture.
David Lynch, right? Is the other one?
Yep, I think so.
Don't know. Steve McQueen. I have no idea.
It is Ryan Philippe. So, Mike, you are the winner, but let's see if you can double your lead. Who played Cameron Thayer in the same movie, Crash? Cameron Thayer.
It's Matt Dillon.
It was Terrence Howard.
Okay, they look alike.
Terrence Howard. They don't look alike.
For a while, I haven't seen it.
Guys, thanks very much for joining me there, and thanks very much for all your contributions, and thanks for the £2 super chat, Phil, and thanks for all the enabling. I'll give it some thought, but kind of I'm set in my ways. You never know. It's not the most outrageous thing that will happen.
Get the standard, yeah. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at that Ahsoka right there. He would look so good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he absolutely would. Do you want to hear a channel announcement, guys?
Sure.
Go for it.
There's no point in spouting on about how things are good and taking stock of when life is good, because it won't always be good. There's no point in spouting off all that stuff if you don't put your money where your mouth is. So
look at this guy.
I had a waitlist convert. And I'm going to give it away.
What was that guy in the chat? Come on.
I've had a waitlist conversion from Sideshow. And I'm going to give it away. I don't know when, because I don't know when it'll be out. If you want it, you do have, there is a catch. You have to become a channel member. Or you have to make a super chat. So anyone who makes a super chat, and I'll count Phil's, well, Phil's a channel member anyway, and he can't, anyone who makes a super chat. Now I can't give it away tonight because it's not out yet. But over the next few, it'll probably realistically, for the next few months, if you drop a super chat, you'll be entered into a draw for this. If you are a member at the time of the draw, it'll be entered as well.
Incredible.
No. Get out of here.
I've had a wait list for the Artisan Anakin limited 3,000.
Oh my god.
And I'm going to give it away.
Oh,
All you have to do is, if and when it gets released, now it'll be months. It'll be months. Because let's face it, by the time this gets released, let's say this gets released in the end of April. By the time I see it, will probably be the summer. And I will give you plenty notice. We'll do a hope show. And if you are a member on the night of the giveaway, and if you have dropped a super chat between now, the 3rd of February, and the date of that hope show, your name will be entered into the draw for the Artisan Anakin. So there you have it, folks. It's
Tragedy Tales, if you're out there, I'm not fucking giving that one away.
Yeah. So I think on that note, folks, I'm gonna get out of here.
It's a baller way to end it.
I do try. I have my moments.
Yeah.
Bye.